Uh, I'm PHP committer in MB string and Unicode. Nice to meet you. はい。アジェンダですけれども、Unicode is good、and about CJK、ideographic character and phonogram character、about grapheme function、what's new in Unicode side of PHP ということでお話しさせていただきます。ユニコードというのはまあやっぱ素晴らしいですねということですね。何が素晴らしいって、やっぱりいろいろな地域のいろいろな文字を、あの、まあ、その語感がなかったもので、語感がなかったので、文字化けが発生してたといったことがあったんですけど、それがなくなったということで、はい、なんて言うでしょうか、良くなったなということですね。はい。ということで、それとですね、絵文字も使えるようになりましたということです。クラッカーの絵文字をつけてみました。漢字について、お話しします。漢字というのはですね、中国から来まして、中国語では漢字と呼びます。で、漢字というのはですね、イデオグラフィックキャラクター、表文字というものでして、これはどういうことかっていうと、言葉、その文字自体に意味があるよというものでございます。はい。例えば、イングリッシュ、英語では、標本文字というふうに言われてまして、これは発音を、文字自体が発音を表す文字だということになっていますね。はい。では、この漢字を学ぶ際に、どういうふうに学ぶのかっていうところでですね、この駅の、あれなんですけど、馬にプラス、JR、鉄道事業者ですね。はい。現在の鉄道事業者。で、それがくっついて駅になるというふうに解説されています。ちなみになんですけど、この本です。この本の、37ページにちゃんと書いてあります。はい。この本はですね、ストーリーで覚える漢字300、Learning 300漢字 through Stories というふうに読むもので、日本語で N4、N5 あたりを、取得するために、勉強されると良いということで、ベストセラーの本になっています。そっちからちょっと引用させていただいたんですが、まあ、この習わしは、間違ってます。それはそうです。はい、間違ってます。はい。だけど、表意文字を理解する上においては非常に分かりやすくて、そして表意文字もこういう風な感じで作られてますよっていう風なものになっています。はい。ということで、多分これだろうと。駅の歴史の習わしをちょっと引用させてもらったんですけど、これがまあ、多分正しいやつだと。で、こういうふうに、象形文字っていう、古い、なんていうか、馬の姿をそのまま図にして、それを字にしたものを、左側に当てて、右側には、人の目と手かせで、この古い字、真ん中の方の、古い字ですね。この古い字になって、右側の、簡単な方の字になったという形になっています。これが駅という字の、おそらく正しいと思われる、字になって字の習わしになっています。はい。ではですね、CJK についてお話ししようと思います。先ほど申し上げた通り、中国から、東アジアに向かって、広がっていきましたといったところで、やっぱりですね、いろいろなところに、やっぱり地域だったり国だったりとか、いろんなところに広がっていきました。ただし、広がっていったその過程において、その地域や、国によって、やっぱちょっと漢字の形が微妙に違うっていうことも起こりました。で、それをユニコードでまとめようとなったときに、それらの漢字を、いろいろな理由があるんですけど、それを一つにまとめましょうと、一つの形にまとめましょうということがありました。そのことを 漢字統合、半ユニフィケーションというふうに言います。で、この、これらの漢字統合によって関わる国々のことを、えーと英語で、最初の1文字ずつ取って、チャイナ、ジャパン、コリアの頭文字を取って、CJK というふうに名付けられています。時々ベトナムも入ってくることがあるので、そういった時には、ベトナム語も入ってくるということで、CJKV ということになっています。でですね、なんで CJK という話が出てきたのかということをちょっとお話しさせていただくと、この字ですね。で、この字はよく見る字なんですけど、変化とか、そういった文字が出てくるんですけど、この、下に、上に言語の名前と、下にフォントの名前を置いときました。ノトサンズ SC っていうのは、SC の略はシンプリフィードチャイニーズ、簡体字の方ですね。はい。で、そうすると、化けるという字がやはり飛び出てるし、KR の方も飛び出てます。はい。ところが、JP では飛び出てないんですね。で、この飛び出てない方、ここを日本人は結構、あれってなるというか、親となるというか、ちょっと気になるなというふうになります。この字ですね、これはミルクとかでなりますけども、この字になると KR だけ、韓国語だけ字が変わりますということになります。もっといくと、この字、謝るとかいう字なんですけども、ロング、その感じかな。っていう感じになると、同じコードポイントなのにもかかわらず、フォントが違うだけで、完全に形が違ってしまいます。はい。これが CJK の、半ユニフィケーションの影響だったりします。これらの情報をもうちょっと知りたいという方はですね、Your Code Displays Japanese Long というページがございまして、これはどういうふう、シンプリフィールチャイニーズと、トラディショナルチャイニーズと、ジャパニーズと、あって、その中で、字がそれぞれ違うよと、字の形が違うよっていうのを説明してくれているサイトがあります。で、どういうふうにしたらいいのっていうと、結局のところ、そこの、想定読者の、え想定読者のフォントに合わせ、想定読者の国のフォントに合わせてくださいというのが、ま丸く収まるかなという解決方法になるかなということにございます。ユニコードは、世界を、今統一してくれたんですけど、はい。やはりその CJK を例として、やはり時々地域によって、姿形が違うとか、何かが違うとか、そういったことが起こります。で、ロケールと呼ばれるですね、コンセプトがユニコードにはあります。ユニコードにもあります。はい。例えば、トルコ語の小文字 i、u プラス0130なんですけど、これは、小文字として、小文字としてマッチさせることが、ルートロケールでは、できないというふうな問題があったりします。また、例えば、SS、小文字の SS という文字がですね、あの、えっ、と、ドイツ語の、エンチェットかな、という文字、U プラス199なんですけど、エンチェットが SS にマッチしてほしいっていう時に、あの、マッチできないっていうことがあったりします。さらにもうちょっといきます。グラフィームクラスターについてです。はい。さっき絵文字がついたよと言いましたけども、例えば日本の国旗ですと、J と P という文字からなっています。この J と P がくっつくと、日本語の国旗がポッと出てくるという形になります。絵文字は、時たま、複数のコードポイントを、複数のコードポイントで、表示されているということになっています。そして日本語の漢字も、複数のコードポイントにまたがっている時があります。 例えば、この、字、え鍋ですね。鍋という字なんですけど、これらをよーく見てみると、ちょっと、まあ、見えないかもしれないんですけど、漢字の字の形が違うんですね。ちょっとずつ。はい。どういうふうなコードポイントになっているのかっていうと、U プラス9089。これがこの字です。それに U プラス0101っていうのがかかってくるとか、そういったことがあって、まあ、0101、0102、030っていうふうな感じで並べていきますよという形になっています。で、こういうことを、これらをバリエーションセレクターといって、これが U プラス E0100、から、U プラス E01EF までの範囲ということになっています。でこれらのことを、IVS というふうに呼んでいて、イデオグラフィックバリエーションシーケンスというふうに呼んでいます。これ、異体字セレクトのことですね。はい。はい。で、さらにちょっとグラフィンクラスターについて話をしますと、まあ、そうですね。というか、グラフィームクラスターっていうのはですね、まあ、一つの文字に見える。で、例えばコンピューター上で一つの文字に見えるっていうことをグラフィームクラスターと言います。さっきのように、あの、さっきの字も結局、日本語の国旗も、日本語の国旗もそうですし、この鍋って字も、まあ、複数のコードポイントであるよって言いましたけども、これら一つの文字として見えます。これらのことをグラフィームクラスターというふうに呼びます。え初基礎クラスターですね。はい。漢字だったりとか、絵文字だったりとか、まあ、やっぱりその全ての国と、全ての地域を、まあ、サポートできるよということになります。で、では、PHP のユニコードのサポートとしてどうなっているのかっていうお話をしますと、グラフィームファンクション、グラフィーム関数という関数があります。PHP には。で、それによって、グラフィームクラスターをサポートしているという形になっています。PHP8.5 では、グラフィームファンクションにです、グラフィーム関数にですね、ロケールを追加するってことを可決しました。はい。で、さっき言ったトルコ語の小文字 i とか、あと、ドイツ語のエンツェットを SS としてマッチさせるとか、そういったことができるようになりました。はい。それで、グラフィームファンクションっていうのは、まあ、INTL、PHP で INTL エクステンションの中に入っています。PHP をコンパイルするときには、enable INTL を加えてコンパイルします。えーと、これらはですね、まあ、そうですね。まあ、そうです。はい。はい、そうですね。はい。まあ、絵文字もこういうふうに使えるよというふうな感じになっています。まあ、この、男の人がこうやってえ丸記しているのと、女の人がこうしているっていうのの、PHP でも扱えるよということですね。で、まあ、じゃあ、グラフィームファンクションと MB ストリングファンクション、ちょっと比較してみましょう。はい。ということで、グラフィーム STR スプリットっていう関数、まあ、僕が PHP8.4 で作った関数なんですけど、これに、女性がこうしている姿を絵文字にしたものをグラフィーム STR スプリットにかけると、1初期素クラスターとして、ちゃんと1文字としてあのあのスプリットされているよと。あのまあ、分割できるよという形になっています。で、では、対する MBSTR スプリットで、この女性が、OK しているサインっていうのをすると、どうなるのかっていうと、こうなります。U プラス 1F646、1F646 で、普通の人が、ごめんなさい、失礼しました。あの、まあ、人が丸のサインを書いている。で、次に U プラス、200D。で、次に U プラス、2640。で、これがまあ女性のマークだということで、次に U プラス FE0F というのが入ってくると。これを ユニコードの4コードポイントを用いて表現しているということが分かりますが、PHP ではここまでしか、PHP8.3 ではここまでしかできなかったという形になります。まとめますと、MBSTR スプリットはユニコードのコードポイントの単位で分割しました。グラフィーム STR スプリットは、初基礎クラスター、グラフィームクラスターの単位で、分割しました。分割できるようにしましたということです。で、先ほども申し上げた通りの、PHP の RFC ですね。私が出した PHP の RFC 出した Add Locale for Grapheme Functions、ということで、Locale というパラメータを、グラフィームファンクションに追加しました。これはですね、LDML という Locale Data Markup Language という、言語、実は言語なんですね。これ、ただのロケールではなく、LDML という、言語で成り立っています。これで指定することができます。例えば、今ちょっとここに出ていますが、普通にロケールを指定しますね。TRTR で、これでさっきのトルコ語の小文字を I と文字とマッチさせる。そういう時には0としてマッチしたので0になる。ところが ENUS ロケールにするとリザルトは false になるという形になります。で、このロケールパラメータ、どういうふうに使うのかっていうところなんですが、さっきも言った通り、TR の時には、このトルコ語の小文字の I の時には、これを使ってマッチさせることで、この結果が変わりますと。で、エンチェット、さっきのエンチェットですね。でこの時にはですね、エンチェットと SS をマッチさせたいとき、このエンチェットっていうのはですね、あの小文字の SS が含まれている、小文字の SS として表現できるんで、これをドイツ語として表現したいときには、こういうときには、これがですね、de アンダースコア de ハイフン u ハイフンケースハイフンレベル1という形でマッチさせるといった形になっています。さっきの、異体字クラスターの場合、異体字クラスターの場合は、えーっと、鍋の字ですね。これを別の字と表現させたい場合には、U ケースアイデンティックというふうな、えーっと、をつけるとマッチしなくなると、別のものだと認識するようになりますと。ということで、結論としては、コンクルージョンとしては、ユニコ、グラフィームファンクションの、グラフィーム関数のサポートは、さらにPHP でさらに強くしています。で、ユニコードはやっぱりその様々な地域を収録する関係上、非常に難しいものがあるんですけども、ただ、世界とコミュニケートできると、コミュニケーションすることができるよっていうことであるというふうに思っています。で、僕はすごいその漢字というものについて、非常に今回、特に、日本人でも結構難しい、海外の日本語に慣れていない方々でも非常に難しいことをお話ししたと思うんですけど、ただ、ですね、ただこのさっきの、反ユニフィケーション、漢字統合の話に関して言えば、えー我々が数世代、自分よりも例えば子供、さらに孫とかっていう風な世代になってくると、だんだんと自然と受け入れられるものになってくるかもしれないといった話になってきます。やっぱり文字というのは、変化しているものですので、そういう風になっていくんじゃないかなっていう風に個人的には思いました。はい。ということで、以上でございます。ご清聴ありがとうございました。はい。はい。はい。はい。はい。はい。
異体字セレクタとかも
はい。
絡んできたときに、
はい。
やれ分割だ、レーベンシュタイン距離だってやって、しかもそこにロケールって
はい。
入ってくると、
はい。
なんだ、その、文字ごとの、
はい。
文字と、比較する1個目の文字と2個目の文字と、
はい。
ロケールとの組み合わせで、組み合わせ爆発みたいな
はい。
感じで、
はい。
辞書持つにしてもでかすぎるだろうし、なんかアルゴリズムってのも難しそうだ。ちょっと実装が思い浮かばないっていう感じなんですけど、
はい。
ここがどういう風にな
はい。
仕組みになってるのかって、もしご存知でしたら教えてください。
はい。グラフィーム・レーベンシュタインというのはですね、私がPHP8.5 で開発した関数であるんですけれども、レーベンシュタイン距離そのもの、は、動的計画法で、一つずつ、この字とこの字は、同じだねっていう時には0ポイント。で、この字とこの字は、違うねっていう時には1ポイントっていう風な感じで、点数つけて、で、最終的に、その字とその字がどのくらい離れているのかっていうのを測ります。で、その異体字セレクタとかロケールとか、そこがどういうふうに絡んでくるのかっていうと、その、この文字とこの文字を比較しますの部分で、えーその時に、コレーターというアルゴリ、えというのがあって、それによって、マッチの、仕方を、ロケールが変わることによって、マッチの仕方が変わるので、あの、それによって実装しているというふうな感じになっています。
あ、了解です。大体分かった気がするんですけど、
はい、
もうちょっとだけ教えてください。コレーターって要するに、PHP に限らず、
はい、
OS 触ってると必ずね、LC ロケールとかの、あの辺と一緒に設定させられるやつだと思うんですけど、
はい、
そのあたりの仕組みに乗っかることで、
はい。
あの PHP としてはまるっと実装できているみたいな、そういう理解で大丈夫ですか？ポス
え、
トグレとか MySQL とか触るときも必ずコレーターを
はい。
触らされるなっていう、あの仕組みを使っている。
そうですね。そのコレーターですね。はい。ICU ライブラリのコレーターを使って、それの、ロケール、LDML を使っているといった形になります。
あ、わかりました。ありがとうございます。
はい。
Um, if no, then I think we will go into break now. We will have a little bit of a longer break than I initially announced, but we will continue at 3 p.m. Yeah. Okay. あり
はい。
がとうございます。
はい。あ
Thank
りが
you.
とうございました。
Our next speaker is one of our team members, Punkos, and he will give a pretty interesting talk about replacing business logic with agentic AI. So, yeah, please give it an applause.
Hello, hello. Am I audible? Okay. Hello, 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 everybody. Good afternoon. So, I'm going to talk about the agentic AI, all this AI buzzword, and then the AI stuff. So, have you guys like look into the AI thing recently? How many of you are like interested in AI? Okay, so it seems like a lot of people are interested in AI. So let's see how we can use AI in our day-to-day Laravel applications and then make our Laravel application intelligent. Okay, so let's begin. So first thing first, I'm Pankaj Nepal. I work as a application engineer in at Rakuten, and like you can find me in like almost all social media platforms with my username Pankaj. Okay. So let's begin with the current situation. So how our current situation looks like. So like most of the business logics have like endless of if else conditions, a lot of service classes, right? So we all maintain all of our business logic in service classes and doing a lot of if else conditions, a lot of like hard coded rules, and of course like when we ship something some new features, then like another business logic might come arise, another requirement might come arise, right? So our business logic change faster than composer update usually. So basically the reality is like our application is in 2019, but the our boss might ask for like chat gpt in it, like, right? So it means we need to constantly update our logics and co-op with the recent trends and all. Yes. So we all use Laravel here because, yeah, why not? Like, Laravel apps are great. And until business people get involved, they are great. And then it like basically the business logic keeps on changing, rules changes faster, right? So like all these things I have already talked about. So here comes the agentic AI, which helps to helps as like us, we developers, we can be beneficial for from this, and then constantly updating business logic stuff. So let's see how things work. So first thing first, AI. Like you might have heard about a lot of AI terminology recently, right? Like there are the generative AI agents, agentic AI. So what is the differences? So let's see. Gen AI is basically the creative one. So all those chat GPTs, dailies, bios, those are the generative AI. So basically it makes stuff from scratch. And then AI agents. AI agents are like basically have one job in which they are really good at. And then comes agentic AI. So the agentic AI is the one that can plan, reason, and then use a lot of tools to achieve to perform certain business things, to give certain features or something like that. So in short, Gen AI talks, agents do, and agentic AI thinks and does. So, if you are really interested into these things, you can find an article by Anthropic, search for building effective agents by Anthropic, and then Anthropic has categorized these things into three different things. Like one is the augmented LLM. So basically, it's a RAG, and then the second can be the workflows. So workflow is basically calling the LLMs to do certain tasks. And then agents is nothing similar to workflows, but it has the feedback loops. So kind of workflows and agents are similar, but workflows are basically responsible for one task. Agents can perform many tasks. Okay. So what agentic AI flow looks like? So basically, agentic AI, like I already have mentioned, agentic AI can perform, can plan, can do certain tasks, can observe, and then again the same cycle can revolve, right? So the flow can be something like this: like the human asks for something, agentic AI plan for it, and then do certain actions, and then observe the result, and then based upon that it can replan or give the outputs. So the very simple flow. So basically this flow is called the react pattern. So in the like agentic AI, there like you can find many patterns, like different peoples are talking like different patterns. So I'm basically talking about the react pattern in this talk today. So React means the I mean the region plus acts. Okay. So let's move forward. So basically, React is reason and act. This is a AI loop, and then where the AI will reason the certain things, and then they act on that. So, uh, like if we talk from the code level, so in our like existing code base, like if we need to give certain discount, then our code might look like this. So if the order is more than 1,000, then give the discount of 20%. So now the agentic AI doesn't require code. It basically think in the natural language. So if there is a big order, the customer is loyal. So maybe we might need to give them a certain discount. So it will give this 20% discounts. So this is a very basic examples. Okay. Okay. So now here comes the demo time. Basically, this demo is not that fancy enough, so maybe you might consider that like this is a very basic thing. So why do we need agentic AI, right? So, but this is just for the understandable purpose. I am giving the very basic demo for now, so you guys can think from here. Okay, so let's see. So the first demo I'm going to give is about the weather agent. So we have an weather agent which can gives the temperature based upon the user inputs in the like natural language. Like if we need to do this in the programming, what we need to do, like we need to fetch the data from weather APIs, and then based upon the user's request, like let's say user asking for the temperature of Tokyo, maybe our code like we will write a if logic, or maybe we will just search in the weather database for the city, right? And then this, if the city match, we will return the data. That is our existing code. But when we comes to agentic AI, how it looks like? So the agent, like the human, will ask for the temperature of New York and LA, maybe for an example, and then the AI will plan. So for this, what AI needs to do? So AI needs the data for the two cities. Then AI will act. So how it act? It calls the get weather details function, pass the city name, and then get the data. Again, it needs to call the same function for the LA. So after it gets the weather information of LA and then New York, it gives the outputs. So this is like all these intermediate flow is handled by the AI. So AI will think of this flow by itself. We don't need to write any code for this. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So, like all these intermediate steps, we call it auto prompting. because currently the AI we know is LLM, that is what popular, right? So in LLM we need to give prompt, and then based upon that prompts, the AI or the LLM will give certain outputs, right? So here all these intermediate steps we need to provide certain prompts. So that prompts is called the auto prompting. Auto prompting means like in like chat gpt we will write the prompt, right? But here we are not going to write the prompt, it is AI that is going to write the prompt. So that is called the auto prompting. So the for the auto prompting, like here I'm going to show a very basic flow. So basically we are like asking AI to perform the tasks based upon these five steps state machine uh, flow basically. So the AI will start. So start means okay, you mean what do you want? So AI might ask for it, and then the AI will plan. Let me think about that things, and then AI will action, and then observe, and then outputs. So basic state machine diagram will flow will be like this. Okay, so before jumping into the demo, let's learn a bit about the prompt engineering, because without prompt engineering we might not understand how AI is like how we are going asking AI to do the tasks, right? So have you ever heard about prompt engineering, or like do you know how to write a good prompt? Because I think all of us use chat gpts etc, right? So do you write a prompt in an effective way? Do you know what is the effective prompting technique is? So basically, there is a bad prompts and then good prompts. So for the in the bad prompts, maybe just asking AI bluntly. So because it is a language model, it doesn't know the like it doesn't know like what we are actually looking for, right? Because it is just it is kind of autocomplete. So in autocomplete, it means we need to provide it as much context as we want, so that it can look into every tokens and every words. So that is why a good prompting is required. So what good prompts looks like? So basically in every prompt you need to add these five things, so that like AI can return data more effectively. So basically, you need to provide role and context. So for an example, in our case, like we are saying that your role is an AI assistant who can start, plan, action, observe, and outputs. And then comes the tasks. What AI needs to do. So we are saying that wait for the user prompts for first, and then for the first plan, and then based upon that, do certain actions, and then wait for the observe. After you get the results, and then replan and then give output. That is what we are instructing AI. And then we provide the tools. So for these tasks, you will have access to these tools. Like we are saying the AI, the additional details. We are giving the AI the additional details. After that, we are providing the AI the formats. What formats it should respond. So and then also provide the example, so that AI can only focus in these patterns. Okay. So any confusion until now? The prompt engineering, prompting, and those things. Okay. So let's move. Okay. So let's see in demo. Okay. This is basic Laravel applications, and for now, for the simplicity, I'm just going to make what it calls a CLI tool, so that we can directly ask AI what to do. Later on, like you can implement this in complex projects also without user interventions. Okay. So for the simplicity, now I'm going here. I have created one AI called Weather AI. Is the Weather AI? Yes. So basically, this is a artisan command, which like we can run this command by using this options, these arguments, and then here I have mentioned like prepared functions which will gives the weather details based upon the city. So for this, you can have like API, you can have database, anything is okay. For now, it is just a JSON mapping, basically a lookup variables, lookup object, and then just finding the city. If not found, giving the like not found message. And then comes to our agentic flow. Okay, so here like I have listed a tools list just for the simplicity, and then the message I'm giving the system message for AI. So my system message is stored in this config. So let's look like let's see how it looks like. So it is exactly same as previously I shown, like similar to the previous shown prompts. So basically I'm just asking that AI to do certain tasks, and then give the access to these tools, just mentioning that these tools are available, and then just asking that how the AI should react. So basically, the first thing is like the user in the like it is a JSON format, and I am saying that you should always respond in JSON format, right? So somewhere there, you should always follow the JSON format. So I am saying that don't reply in normal text. Always give response in JSON so that we can parse it programmatically. Okay. So the JSON structure will be like like it is a type of user, which means that user input is provided in this key. So basically, user is asking for the sum of temperature of New York and Los Angeles, and then AI will plan for this. So based upon this input, AI will return the plan. So meaning that AI will call these functions for the New York, and then similarly for the Los Angeles. And then there will be the observation. Observation is basically coming from these functions, the output of these functions call. So AI will do all these things sync like step by step, and at last like it will give the JSON output, JSON response in which will be the output, and then which will be like the output to the user. So let's see how our code looks like. I just gave the system message. System message is the instruction for AI, nothing more. And by the way, I'm using OpenAI, some open source library. You can use any AI like Gemini or whatever AI like you want. I'm just using the ChatGPT, OpenAI, and for that I'm using this library called OpenAI Laravel or OpenAI PHP, something like that. Okay, so here is the system message, and then I am like for this example I am doing it in a loop, variable loop. So I just prepare a message, and then inside that message I'm waiting for the user prompt, and then after the user input I am just passing that in the messages array. So this is a basically array, so I am just passing the user input there. Okay, and then started the auto prompting. So auto prompting is also very simple, not that complex functions. So basically like it is also a loop, infinite loop, and then here I am passing this message to the OpenAI, calling the OpenAI functions, library functions. So not that complex things here. So get the result from the OpenAI, and then based upon that results, if this response is a type of output, then I am just printing the outputs. If the type is action, then what we need to do? If the type is action, then inside the actions it will have a functions and input key. So I'm just calling these functions dynamically, passing the inputs whatever we got in the input. So just for the safe side, checking the if function is exists or not, and if the function exists, then I am just calling that functions, meaning that these functions will called, right? So we can provide as many tools as we want, as many functions as we want, and then just giving and then they like we get the output here. The function will return the results. So I'm just passing that result as a observations type. That's it. So this is all how the like agentic AI prompting looks like. So let's see this in action. Okay. So I'm starting my artisan command here because it is inside Docker. So I am just running the artisan inside Docker. So here it is waiting for the user input because our first thing we are doing is asking for the user input, right? Here. Okay, let's ask. Let's just say hi for now. So here I have printed the what AI is thinking, like this green text is how AI thinks. So basically when I pass hi, AI is responding with an output types and then saying giving this output text. Okay, so I just printed that text here. So whenever I say hi, user is asking for how we can help. So let's ask for the temperature of Tokyo. Okay. Can you give me, like, we can write in any language, any word format, any in any ways we like, right? So let's just ask for the temperature of Tokyo. Give me temperature of Tokyo. So what is it is doing? It is planning. So the AI is planning. So AI, like if this is the user input, then based upon this input, it thinks that it needs to call these functions, and then in like next step, the AI is like calling that functions with the action type, passing the input with Tokyo, and then finally get the results. So so AI is responding that the temperature of Tokyo is 32 degrees Celsius. Where it is coming from? It's coming from this list. So let's say let's ask for the temperature of, let's say, America. What about America? Because America is not in that list, so it should respond with saying that we don't have, it doesn't have the list. So basically, it just responds that the Tokyo is sunny, but the America doesn't exist. Okay, so I'm like I asked for the America, but it seems that there is a New York, so it gives the response. So let's ask about another country. What about China? Spelling wrong is that is also fine. So there is no information about the China Beijing. So my tool just give these many informations, but AI can smartly, like, do its tasks, something like this. So let's ask. Can you give me some of temperature of New York and Tokyo, maybe? See, I can get the sum also. So meaning that if I have this data, I don't need to write any logic, right? Initially, our feature could be just providing the temperature of provided city, but maybe in future our boss asks us to prepare something so that we can give the some feature which requires to add two different temperature. Then like traditional Laravel application, we might need to write that logic by ourselves, right? But here we don't need to do anything. So this is the power of AI, agentic AI. So like basically it can do anything. Like we can say, is it let's just ask, is it okay to go out with a jacket today in Tokyo? See, it can give the response because it has the data. Based upon that data, it can do anything, right? Okay, cool. So let's move to in our slide. So basically, I just show you the basic example of agentic AI, how we can integrate AI in our programming. So Laravel can be a good options for agentic AI. With Laravel, it is very hot. Why? Because Laravel already has so many solid foundation like routes, queues, events, model, everything is there, right? So we don't need to write tools by ourselves. We can just give that agentic AI access to the Laravel frameworks functionality, and then it can just call those functions by itself. So On top of that, like suddenly our app isn't responding. It's making smart choices because it has access to the tools. It's like putting the ChatGPT inside our Laravel middleware, meaning that now ChatGPT can respond to user and then perform whatever task it requires. And the like good thing is we don't require PhD thesis also, because back then working in AI requires like a lot of learning, PHP research and all, right? But now we have that freedom. Okay, so let's move into the to-do agent. So like previously I just show you one tool with like some weather data. So let's see how we can integrate this in our Laravel model. Okay, so let's just build a to-do agent. So why I'm choosing to-do agent? Because it's a CRUD. So if we can perform CRUD by using AI, then we can do anything with AI, right? So let's see. Okay, let's look in our code. So here I build another command for the CRUD. So basically this is loading the CRUD. Okay, so I'm trying to make it a little bit dynamic here, so that like previously everything was static, right? So weather information, the available tools, those things are static, but here I'm making it dynamic. So let's see how our tools looks like. So here I prepare a class with a list of tools. Basically tools means the list of functions and its descriptions, and then also provided the schema of our database. So we can make these things also dynamic, right? But for now, for the simplicity, I am just having it here hard-coded, I mean statically. So these are our function call, like how we can do how we can list to dos. We can just call the to do model and then list it. Create, just pass the argument and then it will create. Just and then search, just perform the search like this. Delete like this. So very basic model call, right? We are not doing anything complex here. We are just providing it a basic list of tools, and I'm just passing that using a basic PHP templating. So meaning that inside my these prompts, I have like I just have some ode as a template variable, and then I'm just replacing that with the provide like the respective values. So basically this is preparing my system prompts, and rest of the code is exactly same. No changes here. So the same code we use for weather API can be reused here also. So let's check how these things work. So let me open my database. So here is my basic to do tables. So let's call our API. So it's in not chart API, to do API. Okay. So okay, let's ask our AI to do certain tasks. Okay. So let's say hi. Okay, just start with hi. Okay. Let's make it informal. I am thinking about buying some groceries today. So it based upon that it plans, and then it is asking more specific question like if is there anything specific in like is there anything specific in that grocery? Okay, let's say milk. So AI can like act interact like AI can be interactive as well on its own. So it is just planning. Could you please verify if you like to add search? Okay, add this in. Okay, let's just tell it more specifically. Add or maybe make to do of buying milk, maybe something like this. Okay, so it just created the records. So let me refresh. See, in our database now we have our to do listed. So we don't need to write any complex logic for this. So let me list my to dos. Like we can call just list or we can say any other things. So we see we can get our list. So let's delete this. Let's delete this milk from to do. Let's see if it works or not. Okay, so let me refresh. It can delete also. So basically, we can link our AI to any tools we want, and then we are good to go. Okay, I think we are already late, so let me quickly wrap up. So, one thing I would like to mention, like these are the very basic examples. Maybe you might have a confusion, like what could be the real use case. So for that, like I like to mention. Currently, I am working in a projects, and then I'm trying to build agentic AI that can troubleshoot the problems. Like it can get the access to all our logs, all our Kubernetes, all our database, all our application logs, and Kibana and everything. So based upon that, AI can call the data and then analyze it, plan it, and then perform the troubleshoot operations. So we can do like that. We can build similar kind of systems. Okay. So let me quickly move. I think the business benefits are we are replacing business logic with business reasoning and all those things. Let me skip all these things. Okay. So not much. Of course, the challenges is there because it costs money. It is slower than if else. Of course, it can hallucinate, but the future is here. It is a new paradigm. It can be a new coding paradigms. So let's try to learn it and integrate it. Okay. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Do we have any questions? No? Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so next up we have a giveaway. We have some goods from Laravel, and as always, we will have a small quiz challenge, and you can win some T-shirts and some other things. So yeah.
What is it doing? Okay. Hello, everybody. So, anyone over here who has joined the session for the first time, please raise your hands. Okay, nice to see you. Welcome. So, is there anyone who has never ever tried Laravel? Okay. Is there anyone who has never ever done PHP? Okay, there are some couple of people. Okay, so we have some amazing gifts from the Laracon. So Hamazaki-san went to Laracon a couple of weeks back, and we have got some amazing stuffs provided by them. So we want to give those things away to our participants. So please scan the QR code and let's participate. There are total 6 questions. Some of them are extremely easy, and some of them are not that hard. Very basic PHP Laravel related questions, and the participants who can like answer all of the questions correctly, so they will definitely win the prize. So let's wait for some couple of minutes so that you can join. Even the first time participants, I suggest you please join. Even though you don't have any knowledge about Laravel or PHP, maybe like you can just make a use of ChatGPT and get the answers. Who knows, you might win the prize. Okay, I'm still waiting. Mm, sorry. Okay. Okay. Anonymous. What is that? Do we have anyone? Let me just. Sorry. So we don't have any participants. It's okay. We have one participant. We have 3 participants. So we want more and more participants because we have at least 5 t-shirts and lots of PHP Lambos. So we want more and more participants, guys. Okay. Okay. I'll wait for 1 more minute and then we'll get started. Keep coming, guys. I want to see more people. Okay. Okay. So let's get started. So the first question, who is father of PHP? So you have 20 seconds. So you can choose one of the answer and then just wait. ChatGPT knows all of the answers, so you can definitely make use of that. Okay. So the answer is Rasmus. Okay, we got some answers. Nice. So let me see the leaderboard. Man, Alistair is on the top list because he's a PHP guy. Okay, let's move on. So this is the second question. This is related to Laravel. So how you can create a new controller in Laravel. So you have 15 seconds remaining. So the clock is ticking, please. Okay, so the time is up. And the right answer is number A, PHP Artisan Make Controller. So it is really easy and it is really nice. So let's see. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to next one. So you have 20 seconds. What happens when you run PHP Artisan migrate phrase dash dash seed? It feels like playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But the situation over here is who wants to get the PHP Lambo. So this is one of the very interesting and amazing feature that Laravel has provided in the local development environment. And the real answer is that it drops all of the tables, it reruns all the migrations and also runs the seeder. So it is very handy tool. It is very extremely important when you are working in the local development environment. Okay, I will not check the leaderboard. Let's move to the next question and then we'll check the leaderboard. So we have 3 more questions remaining. So match expression is one of the amazing feature that PHP added in PHP 8. So what does this do? What does this basically replace? There are some couple of options. Please choose the correct one. Okay, so the 76% of the people have answered with switch statement, and some of them have answered with while loops, and some of them have answered with if else. So let's check the correct answer, and the correct answer is switch statement. It makes some amazing improvements over the switch statement. So let's see the leaderboard. So we have Ruta-san, Anthony, Tat-san, Vijay. That's not me. I'm Vijay. He is Vijay. He's a different guy. And we have Kentaro. Okay, we have like 5 people. So let's move on. So who is Mr. Taylor Atwell? Is he the owner at Laracast or the creator of Tailwind CSS or the creator of Laravel or owner at Titan? I hope everyone knows the answer because he's the man, he's the legend who started everything, who has changed the life of thousands and thousands of people across the world. Okay, so the 94% of the people have answered as creator of Laravel, and 6% of those think that is owner at Titan Co. So the correct answer is creator of Laravel. That's true. So let's move on to the last question. So we just had a demo from Hamasaki-san regarding the same topic. So Laravel recently released a tool which is mainly focused on MCP and AI. So what is that tool named? Is that a Laravel Wayfinder or Laravel Horizon, Telescope or Laravel Boost? So almost everyone, because they attended Hamasaki-san's presentation, so they all are enlightened with the knowledge, so they know the answer. So that's why you need to participate into PHPxTKY, because you get to learn so many new amazing stuff. So everyone has answered and it's the correct answer. So now let's move on. Let's reveal the. So we have Ryuta-san, Tat-san, Anthony, and then Kentaro-san and Vijay. Not me, someone else. Uh, so yeah. So I'd like to call upon the stage all of the 5 uh, people who won the prize. Please come to the stage and please choose the t-shirt based upon your body size. Ryuta-san, Tat-san, and
I'm not supposed to get the one.
okay. Hmm. Ah, can we check where? How can I see that? How can how can I? Do you know? Can you help me, please?
No. I think we need to finish.
Okay,
I think we after we end, and then I think we can get.
Okay.
Where is that? Can you go to the the admin page?
Original. Okay, sorry. Oh, man. Let me just. Okay, let's go. I was logged in.
I think you can get a stats from this quiz,
Okay.
and then where is that? Okay,
Okay, this will be
where
sorted in.
where can we get show the results? Um,
This only shows the questions. Final leaderboard. I think that's gonna show 5 people. But let's try once more.
doesn't work.
Hmm.
Okay. What should we do?
This is a very difficult situation now.
I think we can just.
It's very complicated.
Um,
Should we do?
I think we can just give those away to those who want.
Okay. So
Who wants the T-shirt?
yeah. So yeah. This is little complicated. So it was all about enlightening everyone with PHP and Laravel's knowledge. So I think we succeeded in that, and many of us are already interested in Laravel. So we have 5 t-shirts and we have like 8 or 9 Lambos. So anyone who wants to get a t-shirt, please raise your hands. We'll choose some people randomly. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe we can just.
I'll do that.
Rock, paper, scissors with you.
Okay, with me. Okay, so who wants to get the t-shirt? So can you please some of the people come over here, and then we'll do the rock paper scissors, and if they win, So one by one, I think we need to do one by one. It's gonna be more complicated. But how are we going to choose? Okay, okay.
Okay.
I think five, maybe six, maybe six. Can I get the answer? Answer छैन कतै लिटल बिट चाहियो लिटल पनि देखेर छैन ल्याङ्ग्वेज Come here. फर्स्ट के भयो भने दुईजना एकछिन त अचेना गर्छ लिनु भएन त्यति हामी पार्टिसिपेट गर्नुहुन्थ्यो नियम हामीले बढी देखेको चाहिँ बढी Anyone? We have two more large. So large people. Yeah. So we have two t-shirts. So let's bring the Lambos.
We have one more. Yeah. Okay, for you. Okay. Congrats. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Maybe we should explain the context of Laravel.
Can you have idea?
Okay.
Grab it after.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, screen not working, but no problem. Okay, so we still have a few more things to give away. If you look at the back, there are some mini Lamborghinis from the Laravel team, sponsored by the Laravel team. So yeah, feel free to grab one. We only have a couple of them, so yeah. So does anybody not understand why Lamborghinis? Maybe some people are not from the Laravel community, so they might not familiar with that. Do I need to explain it? Okay, so one of the questions before was who was the Taylor Otwell? So he's the creator of Laravel, and it just so happens that he drives an orange Lamborghini. And the license plate actually says facade, which is also nice. But yeah, so because people were noticing that he's the creator of Laravel, he drives a nice car, so it became almost like a meme, a joke online, and it kind of turned into like if you are a PHP developer, you become rich and you will get a Lamborghini. And because of that, they decided to make these mini Lamborghinis as goods, basically. And it also helps that basically variables in PHP are declared with a $sign, so that ties in very well. So yeah, that's the story behind it. Yeah, feel free to have your own Lamborghini. Yeah. Yeah, so I think we are already at the end of the talks. There are just two more things from my side before we get food. So we are always looking for speakers and talks. So if you have anything to share, please feel free to submit a talk. It can be anything PHP, Laravel related, or front-end infrastructure. Anything is okay. We prefer, obviously, if it has to do something with like Laravel or PHP, but yeah, it can be anything that might be interesting to web engineers, I guess. Right. And then, as I mentioned in the introduction, we want to improve this event every time. So we would appreciate your thoughts and your feedback. We have prepared a form for that. So yeah, please go ahead and share your opinions with us. All right, and I think with that we are done. And I think food should be arriving soon, or has already arrived. So yeah, please use the rest of the time to grab some food, grab some drinks, mingle, just talk to each other, and have a good time. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, and it's a tradition that we take a picture, a group picture with everyone over there. So yeah, let's make some space over there. Thanks.